It's a place where everybody knows everybody. There have been families that have been here for 150 years. Very different. You don't have a lot of immigration. As a matter of fact, the county population has declined over the past few years, and it's now down to where it was in 2007. There are about 25,000 people in the county, but it's the most beautiful place I've ever lived. I mean, the redwoods are right here. You've got the sea stacks, you've got the ocean, and I've lived in the Florida Keys, lived in the mountains, I've lived in Mexico. This place is gorgeous. I mean, it can't be beat.
It was a working man's town, so to speak. You know, you had the timber and you had fishing for many years, but it's definitely small town USA as well. You know, it's a town where everybody knows everybody, and it's really that quintessential small town America. It's a great place to grow up. I can remember as a kid, I used to walk down to Citizens Dock, which was actually built by the citizens, and I would throw, you know, crab pots as a kid and catch a Dungeness crab. I would go up on the Smith River and enjoy swimming as well as fishing for steelhead up there. And then also just hiking in the redwoods. It was really a great place to grow up.
Well, Del Norte County has the cleanest river in the continental U.S., the Smith River, and we also have the tallest trees in the world.
The California Coastal Trail is an excellent feature of our community. You come down sort of through the redwoods as you enter Crescent City, and then you come right through the harbor. So there's a brand new segment of the Coastal Trail that runs through the harbor. We have a bridge over Elk Creek that was also recently constructed, so you get to see the estuary as Elk Creek comes into the Pacific Ocean, running right by the harbor, which we just built a new staircase down right on the beach. And then it takes you by Battery Point Lighthouse, so you get to experience a lighthouse that was built in the mid-1800s. And actually, right off the trail, you can walk right up to it during certain tides, as well as continue on the coastal trail and experience another lighthouse. That was actually the most expensive lighthouse, I believe, ever built in United States history, especially, you know, given the time value of money, in Point St. George. And it was built 6 miles offshore.
I bike ride on the trail every week. It's nice to go along the trail on my bike because I can actually ride from the harbor all the way to the lighthouse and out along Pebble Beach Drive on a continuous bike path.
The California Coastal Conservancy granted the Harbor District the money to make this addition to the Coastal Trail. So that was a great thing that they did, because before, Coastal Trail, what's that? There wasn't anything.
Crescent City is developing a sister city relationship. It goes beyond just two, you know, typical sister cities. In 2011, the tsunami hit. It devastated multiple cities in Japan, as well as we had our damage as well. In Rikuzen Takata, Japan, they had some boats at the local high school. One of those boats was washed out to sea. It took a 2-year journey across the Pacific Ocean, and it ended up washing up here in Crescent City. So the boat was discovered on South Beach, just south of where we're standing now. It was covered in barnacles, really unrecognizable at the time. We all have covered some of the barnacles, and they discovered Japanese writing on the boat. So we reached out to a local professor at Humboldt State University, which is located in Humboldt County, just about an hour and a half south of here. And she sent out a Facebook request saying, does anybody recognize this boat? Can anyone tell us anything? And that's where a person from the city of Rikuzen Takata answered and said, that's a boat that belongs to our high school. So at that point, our local high school kids took the boat on as a project of theirs, cleaned the boat up to return it back to that city of Rikuzen Takata, put it on a steamship. They're going to cross the ocean, and then they flew and hand returned it back to that city of Rikuzen Takata. So recently there was a delegation of 20 members from that city, Rikuzen Takata. They came here, and every one of them just remarked on how eerily similar the two towns were. As they drove in, they said that, boy, this is just like our city. They were coming down, they were following, you know, a river that's there in Japan. Reminded them just of, you know, what they were seeing with the Smith River. Came into a small town here in Crescent City and said, this is identical to our home. And so not only are we connected with the tsunami, but also just geographically, and then the port city, a lot of similarities. And so out of the tragedy has born this sense of just who we are as people. It doesn't matter that there's an ocean between us. It doesn't matter who it is. It's just the people of this world just being able to come together, and it's just helping one each other. It's through the similarities. And you see that when they have come here and when we have gone there. Although we have difficulty in communicating with each other, obviously, because they speak Japanese and we speak English, there's a connection there, and you just can't really put your finger on it unless you're there to experience it, and it just really speaks to mankind.